Hello, this is Michaela with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you're watching the Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We're here today to talk with candidates running in the May 20th, 2025 special election. We're grateful for the support of the Carol and Velma Saline Foundation, the League of Women Voters of Portland Education Fund, the Weiss Foundation, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me is Michael Newman, running for Centennial School District Director Position 6 at large. Welcome, Michael. Can you start us off by telling us a bit about yourself and why you're running for this office?
Yeah, thank you. I'm Michael Newman. I have been in the Centennial District, living and working here for 7 or 8 years now. I'm a parent in the district. I'm also a former educator, but really, I'm a parent in the district. My both of my kids have been going through Centennial schools, and they're actually really coming close to the end of their time as students in the district. But I'm still I'm really passionate about the future of our education. I'm a little bit concerned with everything that's happening kind of at the federal level, and I feel that there's a lot of uncertainty about what's really going to come down the line, and that's a big reason for why I'm running this time. I had considered doing it in the past, and I'm a member of the budget committee for Centennial School District, and so I'm really looking to up my engagement and service within the district.
Thank you. And what skills and experience would you bring to school board service?
Well, like I said at the beginning, I'm a member of the budget committee already. So I'm on our third budget cycle right now that I'm working with. We actually have a budget committee meeting tomorrow. And so I'm bringing in some of that experience of already looking at kind of the budgets and having gotten to know some of the current school board members already. I also have been on two charter school boards, so bringing some of my experience there. I was on a charter school board in Portland Village School, and I'm actually currently on the board for LCMCS, a Montessori charter school out in Gresham. And so on that charter school work, I have been involved with strategic planning as well as some policy development and policy review.
Thank you. And how would you address the issues facing the district schools that you consider the most urgent?
Well, it's hard for me. I'm going to sound hyper-focused on the budget right now because that is where I have some of the most direct experience. But there's been a budget shortfall for the last couple of years, and that everyone knows that can't go on. I am going to be really curious to see a little bit more about how that's currently being addressed. But what I really want to make sure is I know that these conversations are going to continue, and again with some uncertainty about federal funding, really just ensuring that we preserve some really wonderful programs that support students that have all different educational backgrounds, and educational goals. Not every kid is necessarily looking to go to college. Some might be wanting to go directly into the workforce, and making sure that we're maintaining programs that are supporting really, really all of those students.
Thank you. And just a quick reminder to those listening, this is the Video Voters Guide interview and podcast with Michael Newman, running for Centennial School District Director Position 6 at large. And we'll go to the next question now.
All right.
What is your understanding of the primary functions and responsibilities of a public school board member?
That's a good question. A public school board, that we're not really supposed to be running or expected to be running the day-to-day operations. That is really up to the administrative staff, but the school board should be setting policy and providing accountability to the district, working especially with the superintendent, to make sure that school policies are being followed. There's a level of fiscal responsibility, and that's where, again, I'm going to keep saying budget, and I'm going to try to avoid saying that anymore in this time. But it's looking at those things like the budget, looking at public comments, and making sure that we're really supporting meeting the values and the policies that make our schools great.
Thank you. And can you share your thoughts about student use of personal cell phones while school is in session?
That's a hot button item, isn't it? And I know that some school districts have been starting to go towards complete bans of cell phones. I didn't really see it much with my children up until high school, and then I was honestly kind of shocked. And it wasn't that I was hearing a lot of stories about cyberbullying, but just cell phones out in class and during work times and students watching videos and not really just a really significant distraction. Um, and so that concerns me a little bit and kind of shocked me. At the same time, I do see this balance of cell phones. It is a great way that parents are able to contact their children, or if there are kind of some emergency issues. And I know my children have texted us of, "Hey, I'm not feeling well," something like that. Um, Ultimately, if we were to look at, say, a ban of cell phones during class time, I would want to really hear a lot of perspectives about it. I would be inclined to probably support it, but I wouldn't want to make that decision without really hearing uh, more perspectives than just mine as a parent and someone who grew up before cell phones were common in schools.
Thank you. And how would you ensure educational equity?
Um, I think it starts with the mindset of remembering that my experience isn't the only experience. My children's experience at the school isn't the only experience. I would love to be, and actually this kind of goes back a little bit to what I was talking about earlier with different educational goals. My children are both on the college track, but not every child is on that. And my oldest is graduating this year, and some of their friends are going either looking at community college or just other vocational work. So first of all, recognizing that those goals are different, but then also um, this is why I think listening becomes really important. And the Centennial School District is diverse socioeconomically, and it's geographically, it's kind of long and skinny. I like to say the east-west boundaries are not that much, but it runs pretty far from Rockwood to Pleasant Valley, which is a pretty diverse in both ethnically and socioeconomically. I would love to hold or find some way to hold some listening sessions or town hall type sessions really up and down the district, probably at area schools or at neighborhood elementary schools, but really look into really bringing in, inviting people to talk to us and hearing what they have to say, and um, ensuring ensuring equity by hearing all those different voices and those different backgrounds.
Thank you very much for your answers. This concludes our video voters guide and podcast interview of the League of Women Voters of Portland with Michael Newman, running for Centennial School District Director Position 6 at large. A reminder that Election Day is Tuesday, May 20th. To find additional election resources, please visit the League of Women Voters of Portland's website, lwvpdx.org, and then exercise your right to vote. Your voice matters.